Democracy thrives on participation, and young people play a vital role in shaping its future. Yet, their potential often goes untapped due to various challenges. Today, let's explore why youth participation is a crucial part of democracy and what we can do to empower the next generation of leaders. Why does youth matter in democracy? In democracy, the voice of its citizens is a fundamental part. Young people bring fresh perspectives and innovative solutions, and drive to challenges out in outdated norms. Their impact is evident, whether they're shaping political conversation or influencing an election. An example of this is the 2022 Colombian election, where about 8.9 million young people were eligible to vote, but didn't. This could have had a bigger impact on the outcome of the actual election and could have impacted what Colombia is going through right now.
After this short introduction, we have to understand why actually youth is important for democracy. We can divide this into three simple topics. The first one, youth change to progressive ideals. Second, the digital era of politics. Third, why traditional politics isn't working anymore.
So I'm here with
Richard Moreno.
Richard. Why do you think democracy is important in our modern world?
Well, democracy is important in order to make sure that everybody's voices are heard and stabled.
Thank you. Richard, what do you think is the role of young people in an active democracy?
Well, young people are going to be the future leaders, so they need to make sure that democracy works and it's executed according to the laws.
I'm here with.
Javier Mauricio Bucalan.
Okay, Mister. What do you think is important about democracy in the modern world?
Okay, that's an interesting question. I would say that when it comes to democracy, it is important to make sure that all the individuals are part of the whole system, that they have like a really strong sense of accountability, and therefore your voice, you can raise your voice and everybody can, I don't know, like say and demonstrates that you belong to the community, but at the same time you are able to state your opinion and therefore live your life as in you may consider liberty and the framework in which actually the government and people in general you can move on and express yourself. It's all about that. I guess when it comes to democracy, it's important to not only raise your voice, but demonstrate or have a really strong sense of accountability and belonging, or that you belong to something.
Thank you. So the next question is, what do you think young people? What do you wait? So we're here with Mr. Patiño, and we're gonna ask him the first question, which is, why do you think democracy is important in the modern world?
Well, I think it's very important in the modern world because nowadays, with all the wars and everything that we have, democracy is considered a way of ruling in a way that everybody gets profit. Citizens, and of course, the people that rule the country, and they should do it in the most fair way. And following what the citizens need. And that's why it's very important right now, because human beings are getting into wars, are getting into many difficult situations in which they cannot sit down and talk. They cannot sit down and make agreements, and that's what we need right now in the world.
Thank you. Okay, and the second question is, what role do you think young people should have in democracy?
Well, I think young people are very important right now, because they're the ones that are going to rule in a very close future our country, and probably make part of governments of different countries. And they should aim to recover the real democracy, which is listening to citizenship, listening to the people, checking the needs of the country, and doing something about it. And right now, I
so
think
we're
that
here with Kimon.
young people are key
and we're gonna ask him
for
the same
recovering
questions, but taking
that
into account
democracy,
that he
because
has more
right now,
experience in this type of
here in Colombia,
topics.
for example, we
So,
say that
Kimon,
we have a democratic,
why do you think
and Latin
democracy is
American
important
that
in
we
our
have
modern
democracy. But
I
as you
think
can see,
democracy is
probably
very important in our modern
Venezuela,
world
we have had
because,
different situations
each
in
individual
which
is sovereign and they
democracy
deserve a say
has
in how they
been
want
crossed
people
out.
to be governed and how their
And
community
that's
should be
not
governed, and who
convenient
should be their leaders
for Latin
or
American
not.
countries, for example.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
For the next question is, what do you think the role of young people in democracy should be?
Well, first, to be informed, to learn as much as they can about democracy, about politics, and a lot about how to interpret different media. Because I feel like the media today can be very biased on both sides of the aisle, like left and right. To learn how to read newspaper articles, watch the news, and come to an informed decision before they turn 18 and have the power.
Okay, for the next question, do you think social media has become a part of politics?
100%. I think that most young people, or most people just in general, get most of their information about politics from social media and not from legacy media outlets. And it's very dangerous, because you just make your own little video, 20 seconds, you cut out all the context and just post something completely out of context, and that creates sensationalism and misinformation.
Okay. And for the last question, why do you think traditional politics is failing for young people?
I think that we've evolved so much as a society that younger people think very differently to the way that current politicians think. They still do politics very old school, very traditional, and there's a disconnection between the way that they talk about topics and issues and the way that it is perceived by especially the youth of today. So there's a very big disconnection between the people who want to be leaders and the actual people that want to be led, I think.
Okay, thank you, Kimon. That's all.
Thank you very much.